So I'm going to come in and show this video. It's really for my sister. She is going to be wrapping a ton of boxes that are like this. And she just needed a little tutorial so she'd know how to do it the right way. So here are the supplies that I'm going to be using. This is some bridal ribbon. It has like a shimmer to it, and it's wired on both sides, which makes it really easy for making pretty bows at the ends. And then these flowers that are from I Am Roses. I believe they are 1.5 inch. I'm not really even sure. But yeah, I'm going to use those and this ribbon, which has that pretty iridescent color coming from both sides. So yeah, I'm going to put this together right quick, and so that she can see what she's doing. And I just figured I'd share it with the rest of you all here on YouTube. So here's the box. She ordered these boxes, and they are going to house some candies for Sweet 16. Now this is how they come, nice and flat, just like this. So sister, it's, this part is super easy. You just open it up, flatten it out at the bottom there. And you can either one, and I apologize that I'm a little bit off screen here, but you can take a little piece of tape and put a little piece of tape down on the bottom just to secure the bottom if you feel like you might need to. I'm using Hershey's Nuggets, and they seem to be fine once I put them in. But you using Kisses, and they're a little bit lighter. See here, the nuggets, I had like 5 Hershey's Nuggets inside the box just so that I can, see how it would fit, and, with the box closure. So you can do the tape, or you can leave the tape out at the bottom. Either way, it's fine. Once they go in, it actually adds a little bit of weight to the bottom of the box anyway, so it will more than likely keep it closed. I'm just here like demonstrating how I'm putting it down, and it seems to be fine. I've got a little bit of shakiness going on too, and I apologize about that. The iPad needed to be charged, and I procrastinated so long doing this video. I just hooked my cell phone up to record, and it just didn't have as much stability. So these are the labels that I created for the fronts of the boxes. And you're going to get them, well, you have them with adhesive all the way on the backs of them. So yours will have adhesive all the way on the back. You just peel them off of the page. I added just this one little dot here just for me to be able to play around and see where it would fit best. But yours will have the adhesive, like the whole back of it will be adhesive covered. So if you take and make sure that your closure is on the left or right side, when you go to put the ribbon on, that will help to keep it closed. And so that means that the label will go here, with the opening either to the left or to the right. And then you just adhere that label straight onto the box, and that part is done and pretty easy. You can even put those labels on there while the boxes are flat. So that will be helpful for you. I'm going to show you 2 ways to do the ribbon. One is leaving it on the spool, and the other will be cutting sections. Now this is the one that I cut and took off just now, and it is 19 inches long. But you could also leave it on the spool like this and make your ties, and then cut off as you go. I do this sometimes because I find that it wastes less of the ribbon, but it might be more convenient for you to just cut them at 19 inches each piece. So here we're just going to go through adding the ribbon on. This one is already attached to the spool still. So I just took the 2 pieces and made a bow, or made a knot, making sure that the opening was on the side so that the ribbon would catch it. And I made that tie there. I'm just now showing that that's where the opening is. So then you're going to make a little bow, and it's pretty much just like tying a shoe. And this ribbon, again, because it has this wired ends, it's really easy to work with. And even if it gets a little like crunchy, you'll be able to make adjustments to it once the bow is created. So you want to make that bow with the one tail end, and the other one you want to go through, making sure that it stays on the spool. And you want to pull it through the hole that your finger was in. You'll get to see that better when I do the next one. So you want to pull it through. You got your two bows. Don't pull too much, just a little. Now put your hands through the hoops and pull the strings from either end to make your hoops smaller before finishing up your bow. So you make your hoops smaller, put your fingers in those hoops, and then pull from the bottom sides of the bows that you've created. That will pull the string closest to the box. And I'm going to show you here, that one is a little bit tattered, but we're going to fix it. So again, I'm going to just keep going back and forth, putting my finger in the bow, pulling the string smaller so I can make a tiny bow. And then I'm going to pull from the bottom of those bows to make them fill out and close tightly to the box. And see, here's what I mean by the wire on there. Like, you can manipulate these pieces. That bottom half was a little bit crooked. I was just able to straighten it out with my hand and make that bow pretty perfect. And that is your bow. So then after that, you'll have your two tails and you'd cut them up. This one I'm not going to cut because it is still on the spool. I just wanted to show you how you could do it while it is on the spool. But I'm going to take this off, and then I'm going to show you how to complete the box using the ribbon that I had already cut. So again, I cut that ribbon, I measured it, and I cut it down to 19 inches. And now this ribbon has that glitter on it, so you're going to get glitter on the box, but as you can see, it wipes right off. So you could just take your hand or a dryer sheet or a Swiffer cloth and wipe it right off, or a paintbrush, which I'm going to also show you later on in this video. So here is the 19-inch piece ribbon that I cut off the spool. I just laid it on the bottom. I'm going to take the two ends and put them together. So you want to make sure that they are straight together so that it's even from the top. So you just measure it like this, and then you can start that process again and make your bowl. So you're going to do your knot, making sure that the opening of the box is either to the left or the right. And you make your knot, just like tying a shoe. I don't know. And see there, I'm showing you where my finger is holding the hole. That's where the other half of the ribbon is going to go, through that hole where my finger is holding that space. And then just pull. Now, if you cut the ribbon, don't pull too much because you may end up pulling your tails out and have to start over. So just pull it a little bit, and then you can start with the shaping of your bow. Then you take and put your fingers in the bow to hold that space and start pulling your tails back out. You can flip it over if it looks like it's kind of like wonky, and then you put your fingers in and you pull from the bottom end of each bow at the same time so that it will tighten to the box. And that's what I'm pretty much doing here, just getting it nice and tight and snug to the box and shaping a pretty bow. And you're gonna get glitter. There's lots of glitter that's getting all over. But that's okay, because it's still gonna be very pretty and very iridescent. So just trying to make it pretty and make sure that all of the ends are flush, and pull it tight. And there you go. There's a pretty little bow, and you've got your two tails there. So now you want to make your little fish tails, they're called, on the ends of each of the tails. These are the scissors that I like to use, my precision scissors. But you can use a basic pair of scissors like these, or something different, whatever you have on hand, as long as it's sharp. You want it to be sharp so that it cuts through the ribbon. And this actual ribbon won't do a lot of fraying, but if the scissors aren't sharp, it won't. If the oh, I can't even speak. It will fray if the scissors aren't sharp. So you want to put your two ends together, the two wire ends, and then you want to cut on an angle, ending at the tip of the bow, like that. And when you open it up, you'll have a nice little fishtail, and that is so cute. And then you just repeat the process on the other side. You take your two wired ends and fold it over so that they meet. This end is a little bit longer than the other, so I'm going to cut a little bit lower, but I'm still going to start at the tip and go inward to make the bow, to make the fishtail. And there you go. And again, with this having the wire on the end, you can take and bend them up so that they kind of sit like laying over and down, you know, that kind of thing. Here I'm showing you with this little dry paintbrush where you can go in and just brush away that extra glitter that's on there. This might be something that you want to do later on in the process, like once they're all done, or, you know, have someone doing bowls, have someone doing labels, have someone brushing it off. And then that would be fine. So the flowers come in like a bunch of 10, I believe. And I calculated 2 flowers per box. So they're just held together by a little string there, a little bit of cloth, but you can just pull them apart. You want to get your 2, put them together side by side. And because it has this wire on there, it's pretty easy to manipulate. So you're going to take that wire for the 2 pieces and twist one around the other. And you don't even have to twist it all the way, because some of that wire you're going to cut off, but just go down far enough so that they are together. And then take that wire and slide it up underneath the bow that you created on the box. Super easy. You can then twist the flowers so that they lay on top, like I'm showing you here. And then you take that wire from the other end and you wrap it around that ribbon. And it's going to stay. It's not going to come loose. So you wrap that around and then you cover it up with the flowers. That excess wire, you just snip, just like that. And then the flowers are there. So once people take a box and they pull the flowers off, they're able to open the ribbons. Like the way that the flowers are there is not going to keep them from being able to open. They can even just slide off the ribbon, and just this sitting on there, coming off at the edges was bothering me. So I decided to put some tape all the way around the edges so it'll sit on the box flushly, which is what yours will look like. So there you go. So pretty. It's got your ribbon, your flowers, your pretty little bows. I love it. Very pretty. I love that royal purple too. So, hope this helps. Give me a call if you have other questions. I hope you guys have a blast putting them together. And I will talk to you again in another video. Have a good one.